disrespect and neglect. Through representation you forget. Representing the rich and mighty, while neglecting the poor majority. But there comes a day when our finger got something to say. People get ready, but the greenhouse is open. Don't need no passage, just walk right in. People get ready, cause the greenhouse is open. Everyone is welcome, just walk right in. No more will you fool the people with propaganda, lies and ramble. No election come again, you're still complaining and playing the blame game. No blind and empty promises won't work for you in this crucial day. Only the house can deliver that much needed shelter. So people get ready, the greenhouse is open. You don't need no passage, just walk right in. People get ready, cause the greenhouse is open. Everyone welcome, just walk right in. People get ready, cause the greenhouse is open. You don't need no passage, just walk right in. People get ready, cause the greenhouse is open. Everyone is welcome, just walk right in.
What? Come me greener than green, you know. Just tell me where you been, you know. Right now, me see me greener than green, you know. Serious business with me. Greener than green, you know. Serious business with me. Want you?
People get ready, the greenhouse is open. You don't need no passage, just walk right in. People get ready, cause the greenhouse is open. Everyone welcome, just walk right in. People get ready, the greenhouse is open. You don't need no passage, just walk right in. People get ready, cause the greenhouse is open. Everyone welcome, just walk right in.
Spider,
Skinny.
on the other day, everybody singing one song.
What they
The
singing?
election coming there, you know who they're voting for.
Uh-huh.
But you have a kind of chorus they were singing tonight.
Let me hear.
If NDC win again, we cry it. If NDC win again, we ball it. If NDC win again, we cry it. If NDC win again, we ball it. I know.
Me partner till he meet me, I tell you he vex like hell. He says Spider Grenadians go vote back Dr. Mitchell. I said till he 5 years now you there, you don't have to vex. And Grenadian people are stupid, they know where to put the X and they singing no cookie eye, no cookie eye.
Who you voting? Tell me, who you voting?
What squad, no cookie eye, no cookie eye. Lindan.
Who you voting? Tell me, who you voting?
Instead of NDC walking to build the country, look how they fighting like dog and cat in their own party. Some NDC supporters say they can't take no more, and they make Tillman get so vexed. Till he fire Joe and they singing no cookie eye, no cookie eye.
Who you voting? Tell me, who you voting?
What squad, no cookie eye, no cookie eye. Lindan.
Who you voting? Tell me, who you voting? If NDC win again, we cry it. If NDC win again, we ball it. If NDC win again, we cry it.
Grenada.
Get ready as the new National Party invites all to its 40th anniversary fundraising bingo event. Sunday, July 14th from 5 p.m. at Victoria Park, Grenville. Over $100,000 in cash and prizes to be won. Imagine you can win a Suzuki Ignis hybrid car, $50,000 in cash, plus other fantastic prizes. Tickets are $60 for one or $100 for two. Free buses will be available island-wide. Don't miss it, or you might just see your neighbor driving a Suzuki Ignis. Sunday, July 14th, we're heading to Victoria Park in Grenville for the new National Party 40th Anniversary Fundraising Bingo.
eye. No cookie eye. Lindan.
Who you voting? Tell me who you voting?
For there is a wind of change, it blowing through the Spice Island.
And good night to Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. In fact, instead of just saying the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, those of you listening in the Grenadine Islands, St. Lucia, St. Kitts, Montserrat, Antigua, Anguilla, good night to each and every one of you. Those of you in the ABC Islands, Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao, a special good night to each and every one of you. Our listeners down in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, we say good night to you. And of course, all listeners out there in Suriname. Yes, I've got some Surinamese listeners, some good friends down there. And Guyana. Such a drama in the town this morning. Unfortunately, your roving reporter myself was unable to cover it this morning. Mr. Talking Points Jr. had his graduation this morning, so I was unable to go and see what was going on in town.
PM like the whole country and a halt.
I think I might give him his own show just now. Yeah, I'll call it that Talking Points Junior. Just let Javon do his own show. Yes, indeed, folks. Remember to share the live. Share the live. So I heard about what about 4 van load of police truck kind of thing come down to move one of those vendors in town.
So I said the wind of change, it blowing in the next direction. Man, the wind of change, it blowing back where he came from.
I heard was pure drama in town this morning with that taking place. Officers with guns drawn, gone to move a vendor. Yeah.
All you know, all you lie and cheat. We want kids, but payback is a son of a hole. We want kids. Hear the young ladies in the town. Listen to them.
Just continues because basically every day now you're having that sort of thing taking place in the town. You're having the vendors facing that situation with police conducting searches and that sort of thing. If it's not the police, they have the situation with the unclean environment that they are being forced. Imagine your pain. And the situation is that the drains are not being cleaned, which is keeping a scent in the place. There's all sorts of things taking place. But it's a constant situation. And over the past couple of weeks, it's just been, oh boy.
Corruption anymore. Don't fool of yourself, but the people know. They know. So I said.
And on top of that, you have some of those very same vendors. They're getting letters for them to pay up or move out. And then while that is taking place on the outside, you're hearing different people who want to vend and are supporters of the ruling party being told, don't worry, man, all you get boot just now. We cleaning out. We getting rid of all of them NNP. Not even knowing some of the people that they're sending these letters to are people that voted for them, you know. It's not people that voted against them and they're trying to get rid of their own people, So you see, you might have voted for them, but you're not their friend. You're not a family member. That is why they will come and break your place and move it. That is why they will issue you a letter and say that you have to give up the boot that you have, yeah?
Open your eyes, sir. Listen, sir. We healthcare system.
So you may have voted for them and you say, but it's a NDC and I get a letter to move and I get a letter to this and I get a letter to that. Yeah, you are NDC, but you are not a friend of theirs. As far as they see, they just see you as a person on election day that is going to go, and without any doubt in their mind, you are going to go and put an X next to their symbol. So they don't really care what you feel for the next 3 years, if they last that long. The next 3 years, they're going to treat you as they feel. Yeah. Meanwhile, their friends and their family living high on the hog. That's what they used to say. Yeah, high on the hog. Yeah.
We want kids. But payback is a son of a hole. We want kids. Hear the young ladies in the town. Listen,
So don't get it twisted. They really like all you. They like all your vote, yeah?
listen to them. Still,
Show me your voting finger, yeah?
where is it? They waiting. Smell them and
That's what they like. They like the vote. They ain't like all you. They like your vote, yeah? See, everything that this government does is cosmetic in nature. They don't do things that will actually have a very positive effect on people's lives. Yeah? They do things because they want to do that to give the impression that, oh, we're doing so much and we're doing this and we're doing that and we're doing the other and so on. Yeah?
not to say. Be careful.
It's all superficial. It's like they're wearing makeup, so you're not seeing the real them, and not makeup in the light sense. They wearing heavy makeup like what the corpse does have on. You know, when you go by the funeral, right? They have on that kind of heavy makeup. That's what they have on.
Another year. Keep playing your deaf and all you can't hear. Listen, but I said the wind of change. It blowing in the next direction. Man, the wind of change. It blowing back way.
I hope they know so, eh?
We're out on the streets. We want kids. Man, they say they're tired, they can't take it. We want
The New National Party celebrating 40 years,
running in play. We want
and there's such several activities coming up.
that mistake again. We want kids.
I know, yeah, you all heard the bingo ad a little while ago. Let me play the other one there for one of the other activities that is coming up so that you all will know what's taking place, huh? Yeah, let me make sure and bring that one up there for
National
you.
Party New York Support Group invites you to an exquisite evening of elegance, a formal and all-inclusive affair. Saturday, July 13, 2024, 9 in the evening. Music by DJ Jude and DJ Small Clothes. Tickets $100. Experience delightful entertainment, fine dining, graceful dancing, and lively auction. All at the Legacy Loft, 9302 Ditmas Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11236. Former Grenada Prime Minister and NNP political leader of His Majesty's opposition, Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, will be the guest of honor, accompanied by Dwight Horsford, MPs Emmeline Pear and Peter David, and Senator Norland Cox. An evening you will forever remember. Contact Cathy 347-262-6818. Wendy 917-602-1476. Aisha 917-520-3164. PD 917-642-7187. Or Sharon 862-234-0879. The New National Party, the pride of Grenada.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, that's it. Me have to read the thing, you know. Yeah, that's the way. Yeah, give me the thing. That is the way. All right. Yeah, and also, there's the town hall meeting that will be taking place the following day. So let me just give you the one for the town hall. Yeah.
New National Party New York chapter invites you to their town hall meeting on Sunday, July 14th. Gather with the New National Party at the American Legion Hall, 1130 East 92nd between Conklin and Glenwood. Come and hear from Carriacou's very own Norland Cox, the lady Emmeline Pear, Peter David, Dwight Horsford, and the former Prime Minister of Grenada and political leader of the New National Party, Dr. Keith Mitchell. 5 p.m. is the time. Join us to discuss the nation's business. Add your voice to the conversation. Share your concerns and ask the questions. Voice your opinions. And hey, your presence will make the difference. Looking forward to seeing you there. Remember the date, time, and place. And that is on Sunday, the 14th of July, 5 p.m. Americans Legion Hall, 1130 East 92nd between Conklin and Glenwood. Grenada's New National Party moving on, and ain't nobody can stop them now.
Yes, indeed, folks. So the town hall meeting is coming up, and you have the bingo coming. Oh, yeah, various activities taking place. Let me see. We have another one here. Oh, this. Let me see. No, not this one. Let me pull up the proper thing, man. Yeah, we have an activity that's coming up this weekend, and that's the town of St. George, and they are having their breakfast sale. That's taking place this Saturday at the Resource Center, right, in collaboration with the Honorable Peter David. So they've got that breakfast sale taking place this Saturday from 6 a.m. Right? A full meal, $20. Menu, fried and baked bakes, fried plantain, saltfish sauce, fried breadfruit, sausage, boiled eggs, cocoa tea, fried chicken, saltfish cake, local juice, tossed salad, tanya log for $5 or $10. So that's right in the office yard in River Road. Right, so at the resource center there, in collaboration with the Honorable Peter David, they've got that breakfast sale taking place this Saturday. Yes, the 29th June, Fisherman's birthday. So you could get your breakfast before you head on up to St. John or St. Andrew or down to Woburn, wherever the Fisherman Day activities are taking place for you. You can go on out and get that. So remember, on the menu, fried and baked bakes. Fried plantains, saltfish sauce, fried breadfruit, sausage, boiled eggs, cocoa tea, local juice, saltfish cake, fried chicken, and tossed salad. They've also got tanya log. You had the big one for 10, you had the small one for 5. So that's taking place in River Road this weekend. Looking forward to seeing you all there. Yes, I got my ticket already. Looking forward to seeing you all there. All right. And folks, the phone lines are open. It is Thursday, 440-7377. You can call us on the WhatsApp or you can call us directly. And 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get onto the inside.
But I never heard about Olan. Maybe that's his brother. They say his name is Olan. And he is the PM writer. Is he making all decisions?
And let me say a special good night to all the listeners via We Noise Radio. All of you who are joining us via the YouTube, all of you joining us via Facebook. We say a very special, glorious Grenadian good night to each and every one of you. And we hope that you are having a fabulous night tonight.
He do as he please, maybe.
So as I said earlier, drama in town. I mean, a set of police, come to move vendors, that kind of thing. Come on, man. Some of the stuff that we're seeing there, some of the stuff that you're hearing there, you're wondering if it is really that necessary to do things in the way that they are being done. There is a right way and a wrong way to do the right thing. Yeah? You could be doing the right thing, but it have a right way and a wrong way to do the right thing. So even if you're saying that somebody is vending and they're vending nearly into the street and you want to move them and that sort of thing, there is a right way to go about that and there's a wrong way to go about doing that. Yeah? Nice. So telling you what took place in town this morning there, because I was heading up to the graduation and then you realize you see people coming down quarreling and saying, Daiwa you vote for, Daiwa went and stained my finger for, and that kind of thing. And very upset in relation to the situation with what was taking place at the market there this morning. Yeah? And that is just one of several other instances over the past couple of weeks. You've had several instances of people who have been vending around the town, their goods being seized, thrown onto police vans, and they've been taken into custody, having to pay $1,000 to come out on bail, and so on. Then later on, they'll still have to go and face the magistrate. That sort of thing taking place. And it's not one, it's not two, it's not three. It's several people this has happened to. So there's man, it's bad. When I tell you it's bad, it's bad. It's not a nice thing what is taking place there. Again, there is a right way and a wrong way to do things. Yeah? So you're raiding one particular area of the market over and over and over, and you're talking about different type of activities that people smoking weed there and think the Minister of National Security was posing with a weed tree. You're talking about somebody smoking a marijuana joint. I don't smoke, I don't agree with it. But the Minister of National Security went and posed with it. What do you expect to happen? Yeah? People going to think it's okay to do it. We have a call online. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Good night.
Hi.
Sheldon.
Hey, how you doing, sir? Oh dear, I left I left Barbados out. I'm sorry. Good night to Barbados.
No apologies. All right. We have our own ism and schism out here. It's no problem. We are not part of the, and we on the outside. So it's no problem with me. But listen, I was looking on and wondering, boy, this situation getting out of hand. Out of hand, Sheldon, out of hand. I haven't calling for a little while, but I listening and watching it and watch the things that people doing and pretending they ain't know and all of that is gonna cause a lot of problems for this country. Let me show you something. It's all right for a man to pretend he does not know and does not know ignorance. When he has intelligence to be a graduate and knows things that he does and pretend he does not know, he that knoweth and doeth it not shall be spunk with money stripes. Is a situation that it is unbearable. Now, I live in the Caribbean. I'm not part of the diaspora. But at the end of the day, I'm a Grenadian. I grew up in Grenada. I know who the Grenadian Council. I know everything about Grenada from 1967 when I born in 1967. And I know from 1967 to come now. In 1989, tell me how old I would be. 12 years old. Half intelligent, half stupid. But I still know what went on during all the revolution and everything. I still know. But at the end of the day, Grenadians is not looking at the real aspect of what is really going on. Because at the end of the day, I do not know how Grenadians thinking. I don't live there. But I can tell you, this government is going to go down in history books as the worst government that Grenada have ever seen. If them do not know that, well, I'm sorry for them. Because I do not know how an AG could come to make a bill or a thing because a man ain't pay a phone bill. And when tourists get killed and 3 prisoners get away, there's no reason because the Prime Minister was out of the country. So she could not have the audacity to come to the Grenadian government and come and say, we apologize on behalf of the Grenadian government. And this is what it come to play that kind of stupid behavior and trying to a whole political things. Sheldon, you good. You right it. There's nobody to touch your man. You're good now. I'm bigging up you like trying to make you a superstar or put feathers in your cap. But I'm telling you, there's a whole heap of ignorance. A whole heap of ignorance. And when it comes down to the nitty-gritty, you can be good, brother. You can be good. And have a good night. I love you, Sheldon. Do what you gotta do.
All right,
and
my
make
brother.
sure, Sammy,
Yes, of
make
course.
things right.
Of course.
All right, my brother.
Thank you so
Yes.
very much, my brother. All right. Yes, indeed, folks. 440-7377. That's the number for you to call. You can call directly or you can call via the WhatsApp. And you can also call us if you're in North America and on 347-3101. Why am I saying the number wrong tonight? Yes, you can call us on that. Folks, also to let you all know, the St. David constituency branch, they're inviting you to an all-day fete. Yeah, they've got breakfast and lunch on sale, solid bar at the office grounds out there in La Sagesse. And that as well is taking place this Saturday, 6 a.m. until. So they've got breakfast. You could get your breakfast, $15, lunch at $20. So after you get your breakfast in town, you could head up on that ends and you won't get more stuff. Yeah. We've got a caller online. Hello, good night.
Hey, good night, Sheldon. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good, bro. You go right ahead. You're live.
Good night, Talking Points crew. I just want to say, folks, the reason why the NDC now is reaching out to the diaspora people, they see exactly what they're doing on the ground in Grenada. That is exactly why. You see them going into the elections office and changing up systems? This is why. You see when they bring in people for the independence celebration? This is why. Because the NDC cannot win an election the next election on the ground against the NNP. And that is their weakness. They need or they want the diaspora support. Hence the reason why you will have an ambassador calling a radio program and spewing all kind of nonsense. You have a minister calling a radio program and people praising him. Go to the programs because you guys have a Wednesday to do that. Go to the program and sit down and talk for a whole hour. But no, they're sending a selected few. And the few they are sending is those that basically, in my view, who is out more than in. This NDC and this Honorable Deacon Mitchell, this Prime Minister, he knows exactly what he's calculating. He knows what he's doing. And he knows who he has where and when they're not acting on impulse. They're acting with reason. So when you don't see the Williams on the To The Point show and others, there's a reason. And there's a reason why they're propping this Williams guy up. Honorable Williams, there's a reason. It's a distraction. So all the things are happening in GDP, all the loans that the gentleman allegedly get, well, we've seen paperwork for it now, trailing, all the stuff that happened on the port, the business up in St. David, all these things we are hearing, and we know of. They're putting the guy in front as acting prime minister, and he's the best thing since sliced bread. Distraction. Now you're seeing this honorable prime minister, when he was leader of the NDC before the elections, making all kind of pronouncements. Now he's backtracking. But you know who's not hearing it? The people on the ground in Grenada. They are pandering to the diaspora. So they might be feeling that everything nice and dandy in Grenada. I am sure there are more than 1 or 3 families who has people here in the diaspora and they get this news that, oh, we can't sell on the street again. Vending on the streets, I know is wrong, you know is wrong, but I'm sure one of us, or any one of us in Grenada has been passing on the streets and buying something every now and again. I don't have a problem passing on the street and I see somebody vending. But, I mean, I know it's wrong. But like you rightly said, Sheldon, there's a right way and a wrong way to do the right thing, right? But I'm saying again, this NDC is not pandering to the Grenadian people on the ground here. They need to vote from outside. And all they're going to say, I told you all that. Sheldon, have a good night.
All right. Thank you very much, my brother. Well, no, listen, it's important. What they're doing is important. But I'll say to the Grenadian diaspora out there, it is important for you all to know the facts, the truth about what is going on in Grenada. A lot of false information is circulating and masquerading as truth in the Grenadian diaspora. Let me say that again. A lot of false things, a lot of lies, and it's not coming from here. Because anything we say here, we can back up. We don't say stuff here. Yeah? We don't say stuff here that we can't back up. Yeah? So we can always back up what it is we're saying. Yeah? So if we tell you Woodgate is real, then we should be able to back it up, isn't it? Right. We're just making sure. Woodgate, man. Pinkgate. Yes, indeed. Folks, I was paying attention yesterday. I like to take the opportunity when we have the time, even if it takes me up until 2, 3, 4 in the morning, to review the various programs where different government ministers find themselves from time to time. I like to take the time to do that and to hear what it is they were saying, listen to what they were saying, and then match that up against what they've been saying before. Yesterday on GBN, and strange enough, because there was a conflicting activity at the same time, it was not on the YouTube, it was not on the terrestrial television. As far as I know, it was only on Facebook. But the Minister of Finance made an appearance yesterday on the Grenada Broadcasting Network. While there, he made several statements. One of them sort of contradicts what we've been hearing from the president of the Public Workers Union. Mr. Brian Grimes, he did a video recently, he did an interview where he spoke about the fact that government is moving towards implementation of a new pension scheme that's going to affect his constituents, his workers. But the first time that he hears, and a date is set and everything, the first time that he hears that is during a town hall meeting. And he bemoaned the fact the fact that there is no consultation. He bemoaned the fact that there is no consultation with the trade union that represents these workers in relation to something that you're going to put in place in perpetuity. Because once you put it in place, it's in place until, it ain't no end date to this thing. That is what is in place in the state of Grenada. And there are various consequences if it is not implemented in the correct way. If it is not implemented in the correct way, it is going to affect many of the workers who are currently in the system, who may be on the unestablished staff, who may also be some of the workers, not just on the unestablished staff, but some of the workers who are on contract and different things like that within the public service, who will not qualify for the normal pension. That was not the promise that was made to the people before election. Me and you know, we've played it over and over. But I want you to hear, first of all, what the minister was saying yesterday in relation to that particular issue when asked if consultations are taking place. So first of all, I want you all to listen to his response to the host. I think it's Mr. Telesford. What's his name? Glenn or GT, I think they call him. Right, yes. So I want you all to pay attention to what how the minister responds to this particular question in relation to the issue of consultation in relation to the pension issue.
Consultation process that is going on right now, in especially on this, but the issues with unions, like the general public, financial sector, and so with a consultation process that is going on.
Yes, there is a consultation process. Some may want to say, okay, well, the government is doing its own thing and so on.
No, once again, the minister was asked and he responded. Let's just play that part over again.
Like financial sector, and so with a consultation process that is going on.
Yes, there is a consultation process. Some may want to say, okay, well, the government is doing its own thing and so on. But there is. We are a committed group of persons who run this country that wants to ensure that there is peace and stability in this country. And we would do nothing to basically stop the stability of this country.
Now, folks, that's a very loaded statement that he has made there. And again, because, we like to make sure that you've heard it properly, and I hope everyone is hearing it properly. I've got no messages that all you ain't hearing proper yet. Right? Right, so let's play it again.
Consultation process that is going on right now, in especially on this, but the issues with unions, like the general public, financial sector, and so with a consultation process that is going on.
Yes, there is a consultation process. Some may want to say, okay, well, the government is doing its own thing and so on, but there is. We are a committed group of persons who run this country that wants to ensure that there is peace and stability in this country. And we would do nothing to basically stop the stability of this country.
Now, folks, when it comes to what the minister is saying there, you've heard from the president of the trade union, the Public Workers Union, that there is no consultation. In fact, I looked at an interview with him on the narrative. Even though the narrative doesn't say talking points, we will still say the narrative because we will be professional, And several times he mentioned that in fact, at least 4 times he mentioned the fact that there is a lack of or no consultation taking place in relation to this specific issue. So let's hear what the president, the person who's supposed to be consulted, so the people who's supposed to be doing the consultation, they are saying that consultation is taking place. Let's hear from the people who are supposed to be the ones being consulted. Let's hear what they have to say.
Union is this: we have not been consulted in a meaningful manner. We have heard declarations in town hall meetings, in interviews by leading politicians, or people within the cabinet and so forth. Let me just be frank, specifically the Prime Minister of our country. So he's making those statements and he's saying, look, in October, we're going to introduce this legislation. Imagine the Grenada Public Workers Union, who has the largest stake in this, regarding its constituents. Did not know of this until we heard it there. What will the pension reform look like? We are talking about workers having to pay a percentage of their salary, which is an additional tax. And most of the workers in question would be low salaried workers. So you can imagine those unestablished workers or contract workers that, were, for lack of a better professional term, were seeing trouble in the service for eons, decades within the service. They will have to face an additional taxation, which will, affect their disposable income. So pension reform, Callistra, and regularization, they go hand in hand. But what we are seeing now, it is not being done in a fair manner. So let us imagine. You don't regularize the members, but then you jump straight into pension reform. You have members, some of our members who have been there 20 years or so, 10, 15, 20 years, hanging on to the promise of regularization by those who sit in the corridors of power before they arrive there. And now, when you get there, you tell them, no, it cannot happen. You will now have to pay out of your, meager salary towards a pension scheme. So there is not even consideration here to say, well, look, we have to consider those with a certain amount of years. So when I looked at DPA's document, they were considering people who make 5 years at least regularize them so that they can experience that 1958 pension, because they are acting or they are operating in vacant spaces. Vacant spaces, meaning now that there is space there in terms of the revenue and expenditure or the estimates for them to be filled in that position. So now you say, no, you go straight into the new pension scheme. The other question is, before you come in, because I see that you're thinking a lot here, this matter has some legal and constitutional implications, because if you look at section 92 of the Grenada Constitution Order, it expressly and explicitly states that any new pension scheme should be more favorable or better than the existing legislation. Can you tell any person that paying into a pension scheme is more favorable than the current legislation?
Yes, indeed, folks. So so you've heard the president of the trade union that represents public workers, who are the people that you're going to do this for, saying that, listen, the first time we hear about this thing is when we hear the Prime Minister speaking that they're coming in October and they're going to bring the law in October and so on. They have not discussed exactly what the formula is going to be, because remember, public workers, they get a 4% increase, and next thing you tell them, out of that 4%, you have to pay 3% now to the pension plan. So you basically cancel out whatever increase they get for the year 2024. Meanwhile, the cost of living continues to go up. Although, if you listen to the Minister of Finance, his impression are that things nice with the economy in Grenada. We're going to play that in a little while. But his impression of what is taking place with the economy is things nice. People only saying thing, but things nice in the country. But you have the price of goods and services going up in Grenada. Utilities, telecoms, water, everything. Water has an additional tax on it. So all of those things are going up. And while they are going up, the Minister of Finance find everything nice. And now you're telling the trade unions, and in particular the contract workers, who you are saying are working illegally, but you're willing now to work along with them illegally. You have said that they are illegal, that having contract work is illegal. We have it. I don't need to play it tonight, do I? We've played it enough times here. So I don't think I necessarily need to play it to reinforce the point. But it is the Prime Minister himself who said that contract work is illegal. It is the same Minister of Finance who took the opportunity to come out and say to the Grenadian people that they would regularize all contract workers. Now you're talking about not regularizing them. You have twisted the statement now, and now it has turned into, no, all you're going to stay on contract and thing, but we will give all your pension. And when your contract ends and you go, you could go with whatever money you put into the pension. So you give them a 4% increase, but you're looking to take back 3% in that, and they already have a 1%, well, a 0.5% that they're paying towards the NIS additionally. So they are left with a 0.5% increase for the year 2024 if this goes through as is planned. So in other words, their take-home pay is less, but the bills that they have to pay on a monthly basis are more. And that's basically what Mr. Grimes was saying. So if he is the person that you're supposed to be consulting with, and he's saying that you ain't consult with him, that he didn't even know this thing taking place until he ate on a thing, then Mr. Minister, you lie. Plain and simple. Let's hear the first part of what Mr. Grimes was saying again. Let's go back to it.
We have not been consulted in a meaningful manner.
So again, we have not been consulted in a meaningful manner. They don't know what's taking place.
We have not been consulted in a meaningful manner. We have heard declarations in town hall meetings, in interviews by leading politicians or people within the cabinet and so forth. Let me just be frank, specifically the Prime Minister.
Now again, so you've heard it there from Mr. Grimes. They have not been consulted in a serious sense. Yeah? Tokenism, to say that you meet with them, you send somebody to meet with them, so you're able to say, well, we consult with the union. In fact, remember, the President General of the Grenada Union of Teachers, Judas Jude, is the same individual was saying similar, in relation to consultation with the universal education, with various moves that they've been making within the Ministry of Education, that there is a lack of consultation with this government. He went so far as to say that under the last government, at least the Honorable Emlyn Pay and her team used to reach out to the Grenada Union of Teachers to discuss different moves, possible moves that the ministry was looking to make, whether they agree or disagree. At least they moved out, they talked, they spoke to them, they interacted with them, but that this government isn't doing it. You know why? Because they think they know it all. They don't need to speak to the people who are involved. They don't need to speak to the people who are there and who are the ones that are going to be directly affected by this. They don't believe they need to speak to you because, again, they don't really care. At the end of the day, they are only interested because they know when the time comes that some of them are still going to go and put the X next to their symbol. They're taking all the licks they're getting now and they're still going and put the X next to the symbol. So they don't care. They don't care. Yeah, so the minister, well, it had to be one of them lying. So the person who's saying, who's supposed to be doing the consultation, is saying that consultation take place. The person who is supposed to be the one consulted is saying that consultation ain't taking place. Yeah? Let's play the minister one more time before we move on to another aspect of tonight's program and some of the other things that he said. I like to go over what they say carefully. Right?
Some process that is going on right now, in especially on this, but the issues with unions, like the general public, financial sector, and so on. Is there a consultation process that is going on?
Yes, there is a.
Take a careful look at how his eyes going all different direction.
With unions, like the general public, financial sector, and so on. Is there a consultation process that is going on?
Yes, there is a consultation process.
I just realized I didn't put it up. Yeah. Let me pull it up for you all. Yeah, we'll take it from the top again. Nice, yeah.
Consultation process that is going on right now, in especially on this, but the issues with unions, like the general public, financial sector, and so on. Is there a consultation process that is going on?
Yes, there is a consultation process. Some may want to say, okay, well, the government is doing its own thing and so on, but there is. Yeah. We are a committed group of persons who run this country that wants to ensure that there is peace and stability in this country, and we would do nothing to basically stop the stability of this country.
And when he's saying that they would do nothing to stop the stability of the country, understand this. If these individuals get rid of the trade unions, if they basically disarm the Grenada Union of Teachers, if they are able to disarm the Public Workers Union, then they don't have to worry about industrial action and strikes by these organizations. If they can place the leadership of the Grenada Union of Teachers, the leadership of the Public Workers Union, if they can place these individuals and the entire, not just the person who leading, the entire leadership, then when these individuals try to call a strike against the government, they're going to fail. The workers wouldn't bother with them because they're going to say it's the government that's doing that for us. So when they speak about we would do nothing, what they are doing is they are making sure that they destroy the trade unions. And if trade unionists don't want to know that that is what is taking place, that these individuals who say they are pro-worker are very anti-workers unions. So they are trying their best to destroy the trade unions. So then they would have no problem. When they put something in place, there is no union to say, people not following any union to say, we're going and follow the union, we're striking. They're destroying the unions. So don't think that statement is a statement about, oh, we like people and we wouldn't do things. No, that's a statement that is very, very coded. As far as I'm concerned, it's a very, very coded statement. Yeah? Folks, I will take your calls in between. I realize I missed one or two. 440-7377. Several other things were said during that. And so we end on that one. The minister lie, right? The honorable, or dishonorable in this case, Dennis Cornwall, you lie. Consultation has not and is not taking place in any significant manner with the organizations that are going to be directly involved and who are responsible for the people involved in this pension issue. It is not taking place. If there's an intention to do it, you could say there's an intention to do it, but it has not taken place. The people only find out when all you go on the program and all you go and all you talk in all your NDC town hall meetings, right? So you lie. Yeah, you lie. But I was glad to see though. I was very, very glad to see the minister finally repeating what I've been telling you all for the longest while. That while they promised to go pay pension also, they didn't have a choice. I told you all that over and over and over, and now the minister has said it for himself. Let me hear what the minister had to say in relation to making the pension. Because remember, making the pension payment is one of the things that the NDC has as some massive achievement. I have constantly held the position here that there was a court order, there was a court ruling. It could be any government that was in charge, they had to pay the pension. So they can't claim that as some sort of thing that they came in and that the NNP refused to do it and that they came in and do it. No, that's not the case. Whichever government came in had to do it. The NNP had started setting up the secretariat to collect the names of the individuals who had to be paid and to do the calculations for each individual person to be sure on how much money they had to receive. And so that is a fact. But let's hear what the minister has to say here.
There's always that conversation that pension that government paid back in 2023 was a compulsory payment that you had to be due to a court decision.
I would agree with you, yes, because there was a court ruling which says that the workers needed to be paid a pension.
Yes.
Right.
Let me just make sure that you hear that part here, because don't go and say sheldon say. Or you could go now and say that Minister Cornwall said.
There's always that conversation that pension that government paid back in 2023 was a compulsory payment that you had to be due to a court decision.
I would agree with you, yes, because there was a court ruling which says that the workers needed to be paid a pension.
Yes.
Right? So whether or not it was an NNP or NDC in government, we would have had to pay it.
Oh yeah, but that is not the impression all you're out there giving. They are out there giving the impression that it is only because they are in office that it was paid. Thank you, Minister of Finance, for clarifying that for the Grenadian people. Because your boss keeps spreading this thing as though the only reason pension was paid was because the government changed. So I'm glad to hear you, at least in this instance, speaking the truth.
That pension that government paid back in 2023 was a compulsory payment that you had to be due to a court decision.
I would agree with you, yes, because there was a court ruling which says that the workers needed to be paid a pension.
Yes.
Right? So whether or not it was an NNP or NDC in government, we would have had to pay it. But remember, before the elections, the court ruling was there, which says that the workers must be paid their pension and gratuity.
Yes.
However, the administration dilly-dally around it and so on, talk about forming new committees to get this done and so on. We on the other side were campaigning. We talk about, well, we'll pay the pension whether or not there is.
And again, after talking it through, then he had to go and insert a lie that the last administration dilly-dally around it. So you telling me setting up a secretariat, starting the process and so on, of getting the names of the peoples and letting people come in and bring their names so you know who had to be paid and all of that is dilly-dallying with the issue? No, you have to make sure that it is done and it is done properly. Yeah? So he talked the truth and then he had to come and throw a lie in right after.
To that to do it, we even said that we were going to borrow money and pay it and so on if we need to. When we got in office, there was funds in the government accounts. We went ahead and paid the public servants the pension without.
There were funds there due to the proper financial management of the new National Party. You ensured that there were funds there to do what had to be done. So it would have been paid regardless of which government was in office. And I'm glad to hear the minister finally acknowledging that.
Any excuse and so on. So those who want to basically make it an issue of politics, it's not about issue of politics. We have met the workers where we need to meet them. Make sure that they go home with a guaranteed pension and gratuity and they can continue their life. It was one of the biggest transfers of funds from any government in history to our citizens of Grenada. And I think that's a very plausible thing. So that's why we can toot our hands and say,
no, that's not why I could toot your horns. Yes, it happened under you, but not because of you. And that's the point that you made clear in the first part. And again, one of my good friends is just telling me here, and they're correct. At least the new National Party was engaging the unions. The new National Party did not appeal the pension judgment. The NNP could have appealed the pension judgment and have it tied up in court for years again, you know. And some of these same pensioners who received their money, they may have died and gone to the great beyond. Their estate would have to receive the money, but they would not have benefited from it in life. Had the NNP decided to go and appeal the case, and they had enough time, they could have appealed it. So instead of appealing it, they say, no, we're going to pay. So let us put the structures in place to make sure that the payments are made. And that is what was done. That's why they were able to come in and complete the process that was already started to pay the pension. That is not an achievement of the NDC. That is not happening because the NDC is in office. That happened regardless of the NDC. So I am proud to say that the minister has finally come over to admit that this pension payment really had nothing to do with the NDC.
Conversation that pension that government paid back in 2023 was a compulsory payment that you had to make due to a court decision.
I would agree with you, yes, because there was a court ruling which says that the workers needed to be paid a pension.
Yes.
Right? So whether or not it was an NNP or NDC in government, we would have had to pay it. But remember.
Yes, indeed. Folks, 4407377. Yes, the phone lines are open. We are taking your calls. All right. Yeah, we are taking your calls. So finally, they have admitted to exactly what we have been telling you for the longest while right here on Talking Points. They have finally, Calgary, good night to you. Good night to you, Alberta, and Saskatchewan. Oh, there in Canada, good night to all of you. Yeah, they have finally, admitted that what we've been saying here on Talking Points all along is correct. Yeah? They're finally admitting that what we've been saying here all along is correct. That the pension payments have nothing to do with the NDC being in office. There was a court, or what would I do? Ignore the court order. You know the problems. The government of Grenada. You never hear about Minister of Finance getting dragged before the courts and all kind of the actual person, not just the office, you know. The actual person getting dragged before the courts and thing. You know, there's a high possibility if you decide you're going against the court order and so. They're grabbing the Minister of Finance and he had to come, you know. A magistrate or the judge calling him, the judge calling him, he had to come. Anyway, let's see what else the minister was talking about. He spoke about several things, huh? He spoke about several things. And I want to play another one for you here. Yeah, and let me see where that one is. And that one sort of had me a bit concerned. And I'll tell you why after I played. It has me a bit concerned. I am not an economist. I am not a business student or anything. Yeah? I am not a student of economics or anything. But I would think, after we play this, I'm going to mention exactly what it is I'm saying here.
Minister of Finance, what is the percentage of government's revenue is gained from the CBI, directly or indirectly?
Okay, so I don't want to basically give you a particular percentage, but I can tell you it's close to the 50% mark.
Okay.
Now, that doesn't mean that our traditional revenue performing entities from Inland Revenue, Customs, and that's why it's not performing well. We have always said that the revenue offices and so on.
So, folks, you heard that. CBI is bringing in nearly half the amount of income into this country. In other words, if CBI collapse, although he's going to say differently, but if CBI collapse, I would think that you have a problem, because if something is bringing in nearly half the amount of money that you're making in a business, the IMF is telling you, hey, watch that thing. You're on dangerous grounds. Let's take this call. Hello, good night.
Good night, Mr. Sheldon Scott.
Good night, sir.
How are you doing? I don't hear your voice for a long time. Every time I call, I can't get you. I don't know why. This station is not for me.
I don't know why, but you go right
every
ahead.
time I call you, I can't get you.
I don't know why.
But just trying to listen to the program tonight and listening to, they say, Mr. Cornwall. They think they could fool Grenadian. Eh? They have the belief that they could lie for Grenadian and fool Grenadian. They lie for the nurses, they lie for the Imani, they lie for the police, and they continue to still tell lies. But I'm glad, because I've been saying that before they tell lies. I've been saying that to many NDC people, that NMP did pay pension. And they tell me that's not true. But hearing from Mr. Cornwall mouth tonight, saying that the pension was there. And NMP did pay, because they paid 2,200. They only paid 525 people. So when I hear them talking about the NMP pay, congratulations. And they have more to bring out, They have more to say about Dr. Mitchell and the NNP. They have more. They want to hide it. They want to bring it out. There's nothing they're doing there right now. And they give themselves a lot of praises. They do some road in them, Chublo down here, and they say, no, it's been a road. And they only doing this road because of Carriacou. And that's because of Carriacou. They will be doing Grenada here to hold some summit or something. So that is why they build this road.
All the CARICOM leaders will be here. So the prime ministers of all the other islands.
This road. But they don't intend to do nothing. People bawling. People crying out. I want to tell some NDC people that Grenada nice. Grenada for them. Some money going in their pocket. They don't care about other people. But I sit down and work today and I ask a man, I say, let me tell you something, man, you have a job. We go see things nice. But what about the poor man out there who don't have a job? He might not feed his children, feed his wife, or feed his, send the children to school. And look on that stand against Sheldon. They charge these people $800 coming up for Carnival for 10.
And all the talk last night, I didn't even mention that one.
Yeah? $800 and they're still telling them that when you have a truck with a DJ and the drinks, 5,000. Where the big money these men collect from CBI? No, the Prime Minister saying about those our people and the pension list. You can't do that. When you promise the people you go pay pension, you give them the okay that pension is going to pay. You come and tell me some different story now. Why the can it's time for you to go? It's time. You're lying too much for the Grenadian people. And they will phone you out and I tell them that and I say, Grenadian go phone you out. What kind of man you is? I find you getting a strump. Yeah, man, have a good night.
All right, my brother. 440-7377. Let me clear the line. 440-7377. So I was telling you all, listen to the minister again. Listen to him.
Of government's revenue is gained from the CBI, directly or indirectly?
Okay, so I don't want to basically give you a particular percentage, but I can tell you it's close to the 50% mark.
Okay.
Now, that doesn't mean that our traditional revenue performing entities from Inland Revenue, Customs, and elsewhere is not performing well. We have always said that the revenue offices and so on, or even the revenue generating offices and so on, have been performing well above the targeted amount that they have put together in the budget. Yeah. So we believe that on that basis, we can sustain our economy. And I don't want to basically push the idea that without CBI we cannot survive. We can survive without CBI in a way. In other words, I'm saying that to say that Grenada is not dependent on CBI running to run this country.
All right.
But half of your income, nearly half, so it might be 49.999999. So nearly 50% of your income is coming from one source. And you're saying to us that if something happens to that source, if you're no longer able to tap into that source, if, as we know very well, the European Union is making moves to get rid of that source, the US, Canada, and other countries are making moves to keep us out from that source, you're saying that everything will be okay? The other revenue measures, they're working properly and that sort of thing. So don't worry. No, you must be seriously concerned. If so, you working for your salary and then all of a sudden you're only getting half of it. Yeah, you working for your salary. Let's say your salary is $1,000. We're just using a figure. Let's say your salary is $1,000, and all of a sudden $500 just gone. Is only $500 you're getting. Are you able to do all the things that you were doing when you had the 1,000? So the minister you don't have to worry because we're not totally dependent. The new National Party government was not totally dependent on CBI. You had CBI and you had other things running, and you made sure that under CBI you brought in different projects. So construction and contributed heavily. Just before COVID hit, you had what I consider to be the highest number of students at the St. George University. So the education aspect of things was bringing in significant amounts of money. Usually when you speak at that, you're speaking at St. George University, right? That was contributing significantly to our GDP. Up until COVID, it still does at this point in time, because remember, it's not just the students that are paying their fees there, but the lodging that they use. It's the utilities, the water, the electricity, all these things that they use, the bars they go to, the hash when they go, all of these things contribute to the economy. Yeah? So you had all of that. Now you realize that nearly half of government's income is coming from CBI, under the same party that said you have an AG that said that should have changed everything in relation to CBI, and so did change that, get rid of that thing. Let me hear one more time before we move on to another one.
What is the percentage of government's revenue is gained from the CBI, directly or indirectly?
Okay, so I don't want to basically give you a particular percentage, but I can tell you it's close to the 50% mark.
Okay.
Now,
so it's close to the 50% mark. But you know what I want to know? We want to know what is the minister's view as the Minister of Finance, the man that in charge of the money. We want to know what's his view on what is taking place with the economy of Grenada. Yeah? We want to hear what is his view in relation to the state of the Grenadian economy. So let's hear a bit of what he has to say in relation to that particular issue.
the economy, as we said, even though people out there are saying that they don't see it trickling down to the common man on the street, is moving. And you can get that information from just going to the shops. And they would...
All you hear that, just go to the shops, ask the people, and then with the shop and thing, the economy doing good.
Down to the common man on the street is moving. And you can get that information from just going to the shops. And they would tell you that, for example, having basically moved from monthly payment of salary to a bi-monthly payment of salary, there is a lot more movements in the communities and so on. There are those who want to basically discredit that, and I don't have a problem in saying what. Everyone has an opinion. But I can tell the general population without a doubt that Grenada is moving and moving forward.
All right.
No, you don't have to tell the general population that, Mr. Minister, you're rude and out of place. If the economy of Grenada is doing good, you don't have to tell people. People go see it. So what are you trying to do? You trying to gaslight us, sir? You trying to tell us that this is the person who in charge of the money, eh? This is the person that actually in charge of the economy. This is the person that has to put the policies in place to ensure the growth and development of the Grenadian economy.
I also want to ask you this.
Yeah, this is the person that has to put the various measures in place for the growth and development of the Grenadian economy. And he's saying that things nice, go in them shop and them. Well, them shop and them, I go to and saying that. Let me hear him again. Let me hear the minister again. All of the economy nice. Thing nice.
The economy, as we said, even though people out there are saying that they don't see it trickling down to the common man on the street, is moving. And you can get that information from just going to the shops. And they will tell you that, for example.
Maybe the shops that he talking about is the rum shop, because it can't be sober people he talking to tell him that. So it had to be the shops. When he said the shops, he leave out the word rum. So we feel that the shops that he going to had to be the rum shops. Yeah? No, seriously, it had to be the rum shops that he going to. Can't be the normal shops, man. Nah, you ain't that in the normal shops.
The economy, as we said, even though people out there are saying that they don't see it trickling down to the common man on the street, is moving. And you can get that information from just going to the shops. And they will tell you that, for example, having basically moved from monthly payment of salary to a bi-monthly payment of salary, there is a lot more movements in the communities and so on. There are those who want to basically...
All you're having movements in the community due to the bi-monthly pay. All you hear the minister say it are money circulating in the economy due to the bi-monthly payment. It are more money circulating. All right?
The payment of salary. There is a lot more movements in the communities and so on. There are those who want to basically discredit that, and I don't have a problem in saying what. Everyone has an opinion. But I can tell the general population without a doubt.
No, Mr. Minister, you're rude, you're out of order, and you're disrespectful. Yeah? You cannot tell us. We live in here. We live in here. So how the minister could be telling us, we know what we seeing. We know when we go to the supermarket what we seeing. We know when we in town what we seeing. You rarely seen a person pass with a bag and people not going like before. You would go and you do a big shop. So you shop for the month, you shop for whatever. Now people just trying to buy bits and pieces just to keep things going. But the minister said things nice. So it really can't be a normal shop. It had to be a rum shop that the minister went into and talked to them guys and them inside there and they tell him, thing nice, man. Thing nice. Because them fellas, it had to be drunk people that he was talking to tell him that. Because the reality, for those of us who live in reality here in Grenada, is that the economy is not moving. For the average man here in Grenada, he does not have the spending power that he had just a few years ago. The cost of living continues to increase. The price of goods and services continue to increase. When you go to the village shops, and the village shops generally by and large, the village shops have the items a little more expensive than if you go down in the supermarket or so on, because the supermarket dealing in bulk. And because they purchase these things in bulk, the unit cost is cheaper. So they're not going to buy 1 or 2 tin of milk, or they're not going to buy 1 case. They may buy 20 cases of milk, which means that each milk itself, each can, would be much cheaper. Right? So the village economy, where people have to depend on, because you can't go down in town, the lady's cooking for her husband, he coming home from work, she can't jump a bus to go in town just to buy 1 or 2 items, she buy it in the village shop. Yeah, and she has to pay the continually increasing price, and not because the person in the village shop raising the price, because the price is raising from the vans that come in and sell, and so the price is going up there, and they're buying in a smaller amount. So who want to say the economy nice? Well, hello, good evening.
Mr. Scott.
Yes, sir. The economy nice.
Yeah, good night. How are you doing?
I'm quite fine. The economy nice. That is why I'm doing fine. The
Well,
economy nice.
I don't know. As far as I see, as if all them ministers and them working in Monge. Come on.
Okay.
Which part of Grenada this little boy live in? I mean, I don't think everybody dumb in Grenada. I have to explain this and say which community and which area thing nice. I was speaking to two shopkeepers the other day. I could have said the rum. I was speaking to two shopkeepers the last time I had a chance to be in front of a supermarket with 3 sales van, one behind the other. And how they reach, so they have to turn and go back. Because the shopkeeper say it don't make sense taking the things from them, putting it in the shop and they're not selling.
That's true, yeah.
And these two shopkeepers kids say, oh, God, thing bad. So if you say going into the shop, you have to explain and say which shop, which community, and which area. I mean, these big head boys that need to stop this lies, man. Come on. All when you pass by a shop, you go see them fellas outside in rum, so maybe rum he talking about, and it's a rumbo that's saying this nonsense. So what do you expect? Come on, man. I don't think everybody in Grenada dumb.
Oh, boy.
So I don't know where this song come on, because as far as I see, I know it's Mr. Andy Williams that win the 9th seat on the NDC campaign. Minister Andy, I tell him the other day, congratulations, because he doing a good job, and always you turn GIS, Andy Williams. You turn to Grenada Broadcasting, nothing, Andy Williams. You turn to Maitland, all things to Andy Williams. So I want to never see alone that win the 9th seat. So I don't know where this song come in and tap there tonight. I don't know which area he from or what he win or if he win anything. You don't hear nobody else. You don't hear nothing from nobody else. It's only Andy. Andy live in Grenada and said he going all about and look for things to do. And you don't see them big. The only thing I want the Prime Minister to do, travel with him one of these days. I know he can't talk too much. But at least he would give him a little something, you know, bring him with him. And I don't mind taking the acting Prime Minister when he go with Andy, because Andy doing good. Them boys are about to stop this lies, man. Come on. Shall I have a good man in you, yeah?
Thank you very much, my dear. The economy doing good. Well, the man said the economy doing good. All you want to tell him, Minister, you don't know what he's talking about. Oh my goodness. 4407377. That's 4407377. That's the number for you to call directly, or you can call us via the WhatsApp. Yes, we'll accept your WhatsApp calls as well. So you can give us a call either directly or via the WhatsApp. I wonder if I have a tune for the minister there. Had to be a rum shop. Take what I'm telling you.
Where you did? Rum boy. Where you did? Babash, go kill them. Monkey, go kill them.
44073. Pupa Lindy, good night. 44073773473293101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get on to the inside of tonight's program, because something definitely had to be wrong. Yeah? No, something had to, all you find the economy. No, let me know, you know, the phone line's open. If all you find the economy doing nice, if all you find that the village shops and them not having a problem, if you find when you're passing town you're not seeing places closing, if the economy in St. Andrew is doing very well, so that when you go up there, there's always a hustle and a bustle and everybody busy going about with bag because they're buying this, they're buying that and so on. If it's looking like Christmas Eve every week, let us know, you know. Because from how the minister's speaking, it seems as though like Christmas Eve coming every week. No. Let me give him a little touch again there, man.
Some say that the rum too sweet, others can do it without it. And the rum ambassador, preaching from the rum pulpit, rum passy come.
Yeah, no. Something had to be wrong there. We have a call online. Hello, good night.
Good night, Mr. Scott.
Hi, good night, sir. How art thou?
I'm alright.
Okay, go right ahead. You're live.
I'm a person. It's just my second time calling the program.
No problem. Go right ahead.
This minister have to be crazy. Let me tell you something. I am doing sales going around the country, and every part of the country you go, shopkeepers are balling. Some of them admit the fact that they vote for this young man, and this is the worst they have ever seen it. This is the worst. So I don't know where this minister get it from to make that statement. I don't know. And as somebody said earlier on, this government going down in history as the worst government ever. And the Prime Minister, now I'm from St. Davis, and I should be proud of him. But I'm telling you, he's going down in history as the worst Prime Minister ever. The worst. So I'm sorry, but I don't know where this minister get this thing from. He had to be the rum shop, because I tell you, the only thing that is selling is rum and cigarette. Rum and cigarette.
Now, had to be a rum shop. Must be a rum shop. Can't be a normal shop.
Yeah, you have to be a rum shop. It has to be a rum shop. So that's just my contribution.
All right. Thank you so very much, caller.
All right. Okay.
So you heard it from one of the people who with a sales van going around the country. Listen, if you want to know what's going on, you see those bread van that does go around, even the little ice cream van and them that does go around the country and so, and those sales van, they can tell you a lot about what's going on in a country, and in particular about the economy of a country. Because they go around and they interact with people and so on, so they know what is going on. They go to the shops. So they know if a person does usually take 5 cases of this, and after a while it break down to 3, then it break down to 2, and then they don't want any. And they see that trend not in just one shop, so it's not just the person. They see that trend in various other places. Then they understand that something is up. We have a call online. Hello, good night.
Sheldon, good night.
Good night, good night.
To take out shame in your eye, you must say anything to take out shame in your eyes, Because this when the same paid break. The same paid break, Sheldon. They don't ready yet. Where economic blooming?
The economy blooming, girl.
Sheldon, this man I go down to sell my fish. When I 8 o'clock, you don't have nobody in the fish market buying a pound of fish. When I after 10, we just start to sell a pound of fish. Nobody discipline them because I going to put the money in their pocket. Not for the poor and vulnerable people outside. Not for people on the ground, the poor people who are suffering. This is when already Sheldon. You got my bring to buy rum. I'm waiting for him Saturday. When he comes Saturday, I'm waiting to see him. When he gets a tire and show that up his shoulder, come in and greet people.
Economy is blooming.
Not joke, I'm making. Have a good night.
All right, but yeah, economy is blooming. Yeah, the economy things nice, right? The minister says so. But I know some people say that the guy in fed up has seen the minister and them. No, but you have to know what it is they're saying out there. Because I'll tell you something, a bit of this is aimed at people here. A lot of this is aimed at people outside in the diaspora. Because he is telling us who live in Grenada everything nice. We know for a fact it's not. We know, you heard from a sales van person, you heard from another individual who saw what happened with 3 sales vans and with the shops. So you're hearing from people who are here, who are living in Grenada and seeing what's going on. A lot of what these individuals are saying is not aimed at some of us here, Yes, it will hold 1 or 2 of us because there are people who just, no matter what, they just believe what these people say. They don't care what nobody else, they just follow. But this is geared, this is aimed a lot at the international audience, the diaspora, those who are sitting in Brooklyn, those who are sitting in Saskatchewan and Alberta, those who are sitting in North Carolina, South Carolina, Texas, California, Maryland, Washington, D.C., Florida, those who are sitting in all those places and are listening to this the program. Not this program necessarily, but if they listen to GBN, They go out there believing the minister can't be lying. He's saying it. So if you don't take it and explain it, if you don't expose the lies, a lot of those people, because those people, remember, are the same people they're recruiting to bring in by the plane load to come back and keep them in office. Those are the same people they're trying to get at least 400 of them to send down into Carriacou to ensure that Mr. Woodgate remain in office. That's the plan, you know. That they are seeking to get these people registered, to have these people believing specific stories and then get them to come back into Grenada and vote. We have a call.
Good night, Sheldon.
Yes, my dear.
Papa. Papa, oh. Sheldon, I never see things so
Economy
as what
nice.
I've seen in the market now. And I've seen people sit down watching the goods watching them. I go to the market and ask some of them, I say, oh, let's make money for the day. They tell me they don't make a cent. Not a cent they're making. They're just coming down for so. People don't go in town. You ain't seen people in the market. First time I see the place like that in history. In history. That is in Washerland. This government, they break record. They break record, but they must remember they come from poor family. The Prime Minister family did not rich. Right? They did not rich. They come from poor family. And to treat any poor people like that, they will pay for it for days to come. Time longer than twine, or twine longer than twine. And all praise are amen. And the longest rope have an end. The time will soon come. Amen.
Yes, indeed, my friend. Amen. You have a wonderful one. Yes, indeed. 4407377. The economy is blooming, according to the minister. Yeah, so, yeah, but you all have to tell me. Maybe I have it wrong, and maybe I don't know. But I know I just speak to people with the shop. I just speak to the guys who doing the sales on the sales van and so on. I just speak to different people. Speak to the guys with the bread van who does be going around and things. Speak to them. Speak to those people and them who traffic in goods, who bring in their goods and then they go with a van or a car and they go around and try and sell and so on. Yeah? All of these people will tell you the same thing. The thing bad. Everybody's telling you that. Yet still the minister makes that statement. Yeah? We have a caller coming in. Let's take this call. Hello, good night.
Yeah, Mr. Scott.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm not really into this politics thing, but just looking at the prices of goods, boy. A bottle of Wales juice now is $10. I wondered what could cause that bottle of Wales juice, the Welsh juice to be $10. I don't know if you could give me an insight, maybe what the manufacturer's price gone up, or what, or the client and the put, but that used to be $5 and cents, and that is now is $10. All in the supermarket you go, well, $9.75, someplace $10. So I don't know if you could give me an insight on maybe what could cause that Welsh juice could be $10.
Well, okay, my friend. What I do know is that when you place the tax, the sugar tax, when you place that additional tax on the sugar and drinks and so on, because it will increase the individual price of those things. Cammy often speaks about it when she speaks about the Monster, and she says that the price of the Monster has gone up significantly. The price of the case, so she has to sell one for $10. That's not what she used to sell it for before. And the Welsh and all this thing, and Welsh is not something that usually filled with sugar according to the one that you're using. But it can be that due to the tax that has been placed on the sugar and the sugary drinks, it has increased the price of it exponentially. So that is a possibility. Yeah? And then again, listen, the minister is out of touch with reality. Seriously, really and truly, the minister is out of touch with reality. Yeah? Imagine the minister. You know, I'll hold that clip for tomorrow night. There's another one I'm going to hold for tomorrow night. Yeah, but there's one here that I want to play for you all. I think that's the last one we go play for. I have quite a few, But this is the last one I'm going to play for tonight because I'm trying to understand something. But let me take this call first. Hello, good night.
Here now, me again. You wanna forget. You know what a salesman say the other day passed by a shop? He says since what o'clock the morning, he going from shop to shop. And that is the only shop he enter and he get a money. He say when he month up, he just feel bad to take his salary where he walk in. Because there is days where he leave the place, go with the well-packed van or the truck, whatever, and he go in. And how he leave the business place, so he going back with the load of stuff. So he does what he had to know when he month up, he had to get salary and he don't bring in money. And somebody is not you to blame. The thing bad and he bad. So I say you don't have to feel bad for that, my brother.
It is not his fault. All right, caller. Thank you so very much for your input. All right, thank you. 4407377. And folks, just want to remind you all, there is a weather system out. I'm not saying to get scared or anything, but to keep your eye on it. Yeah, that one I find it hanging kind of low. And even if it may not be a storm, it can dump significant amounts of rain on Grenada. And you know what happens with that. You have different areas where you have flooding and landslides and those sort of things. So keep your eyes on that weather system. I am not a weatherman. I can't tell you exactly what it will do, right? So you have to pay attention to, I don't know if NADMA has put out anything. I don't know if the meteorological office, the Met office has put out anything in relation to it. But I think that we need to pay particular attention to the weather news, in particular for Grenada and so. All right? Nice. Let me play this one from the minister for you. As I said, this is the last one I will play from him for tonight because people kind of tell me the game for the seen him. So let us play this one.
When can we look forward to that or see that regularization of all Imanis? You know, that you always hear they talk about they want to be regularized. Imani workers in the public service, as promised by your administration.
I do not pretend to have all the information on the Imanis.
Yeah.
But I know that there is close to 2,000 Imanis outside under various status.
Yeah.
There are Imani teachers, there are Imanis that are doing all sorts of things, there are Imanis even sitting home, doing nothing. So when that Imani story is coming up and so on, don't make it look as though we are against the Imanis and so on. We have to fix the Imani situation and so on. I see no reason why an Imani person is not pleased and is still receiving monies from home.
Let's just realize what the minister is saying there. He's saying that there are people who are presently placed under the Imani program and sitting home without a placement. I hope he ain't trying to blame the NNP for that because as far as we know, it has been the NDC organization that's been in office for when? The last, let me get it exactly here, 735 days. The new National Party has not been in office for the last 24 months, 4 days. So can't blame us for that one. So if there are Imani trainees that in that situation now, Mr. Minister, that's you, your government, and the two failures that you all have had as minister, you to blame for that. Yeah, because proper structures are not in place. Right? So let's hear again.
I see no reason why a Imani person is not pleased and is still receiving monies from home. The Imani's placed.
You might need to call Ron because he was the Minister of Youth, and then you have now what Lacret. Yeah, so you need to probably let me turn on watch you. Yeah, you need to probably talk to them because something different. Yeah, it had nothing to do with NNB. If they're not placed, if they're there and all you're paying them and they're not going out and work, they sit down home. Who are they blaming for that? All in office for the last 735 days?
In private sector's company and so on, where we expected that the private sector contribute towards the salary as government also pay a portion of it. And some of these Imanis were not benefiting from what the agreement that we agreed to back then. There are some Imanis that are still on the pay. They are utilized by the private sector and so on, but they're not paid.
But again, if all these situations taking place with the Imani program, again, this is the government that's been in office for 735 days. And remember, these are not supposed to be Imani. These people were supposed to be permanent workers right now. They're not supposed to be Imani. They're supposed to be regularized. But anyway, I digress.
properly by the private sector. We have encouraged the private sector to basically move in and elevate these persons to the level at which the government has done with some of the workers, like giving them most of them the $1,200. But you hear some of them, I don't have the money to do it and so on. So you are happy to utilize the Imanis to do your work, but you're not prepared to pay them what we ask you to pay them and so on. Is that fair to the Imanis?
It's not.
So we need to fix the Imani story. And the Imani story is not what you're hearing outside and so on. It's much more than that. There are too many complications and problems where the Imani is concerned. There were about 8 batches of Imanis. I can't remember the exact numbers in each batch and so on. But each of them have complications. How could you tell me that Imanis were supposed to be trained for a 2-year period and some of them have gone past 10 years as a Imani receiving back then $700. The Imanis who were teachers in the schools that were receiving $700, and some of them might be still there. They have families to take care of.
And I'll call out the minister on that, because I can basically say that has to be untrue. Because to be able to teach, you're supposed to have a certain number of subjects. If you're teaching, if you're in the school and you're assisting or you're carrying out some other portfolio in the school. But if you are going to be teaching, there are a certain number of subjects you have to have. And if you have that number of subjects, you would not have been receiving the lower end of the salary scale for Imanis, the stipend scale, which was $700. Remember, not all Imani trainees were receiving $700. It was scaled according to the qualifications that the trainees had. And I find it very, very, very unlikely. I'm calling out the minister on that you lie. Very unlikely that any trainee would have been in the program receiving $700 and teaching. Nah, try another lie. That one ain't working.
Their husbands, they would like to basically own a house, buy a car. Can they afford that on the $700 or even on the $1,200 that's put in there? So we need to fix that.
All right.
Right? I don't have the magic wand for it, but
Oh, no, they don't have the magic wand. No, they don't. Let me correct. No, they don't have the magic wand. Or they don't have the magic wand. No, let me finish
I'm
it.
sure that as we speak, work is ongoing to make sure that we fix this problem.
All right.
I've heard recently that they are asking Imanis to re-register. Do you know that we don't know where some of the Imanis are?
So the Minister of Finance say he was paying people, but you don't know where they are. That is what these people. You telling me they had a minister, you know? Ron Redhead was the minister with responsibility for that program. That was the man that used to come and unbutton the jacket in Parliament and wave his hand and do like he's the biggest thing in town. That's the man that used to be going and do that. So you telling me he spent all that time as the Minister of Youth and all you had trainees. So all you had ghost trainees in the program then. All you don't even know where they are, but they on payroll. Something definitely had to be wrong with all you. No. After, let me see how much. This is the Minister of Finance talking after 735 days. 24 months and 4 days, or 2 years and 4 days, or 105 weeks, yeah, or 2.01 days. Yeah, years, 2.01 years. Yeah? This is the minister speaking and telling us that up to this point in time, with Ron as Minister of Youth for how long? And now you have LACO, that they don't know where the trainees are. Well, how come NNP used to know where all the trainees are?
Imani supervisors outside that we can't tell where they are. What?
So you don't know where the Imani supervisors are either? Or is it that the Imani supervisors don't know where the trainees are? Let me take it back a little bit so we can get the statement proper.
Re-register. Do you know that we don't know where some of the Imanis are? There are Imani supervisors outside that we can't tell where they are.
How could you have Imani supervisors and you don't know where they are? The Imani supervisors are supposed to be reporting directly to the Imani Secretariat, which at a point in time was down at the Grenada Youth Center. So you're telling me that these people, for 2 years, have had these people on salary and they don't know what it is? And I'm not speaking about the trainees here, you know. I'm speaking about the people that's supervising the trainees. When came time to send home pastor and them, all you know what it was though? When came time to send home pastor and to send home various other people who you all considered to be NNP activists as Imani supervisors, they were able to find them. They were able to find pastor. They were able to find several others to discontinue their contract and send them home. Now you're coming and you don't know where to find supervisors, so you have ghost supervisors and ghost trainees. I didn't know that under the NNP. Could tell you, we knew where all them supervisors was and you know where all the trainees was because you had to get reports on a monthly basis. Yeah?
What they're doing. I've even heard that, for example, the Imanis that have moved on to other jobs and so on, whether it's in the private sector or even have traveled, but it's still a part of the Imanis and so on. We need to fix that.
But that shows that what is taking place, that there's a total breakdown and decadence taking place within the Ministry of Youth. You're telling me that you have people who were under the Imani program leave Grenada, living in other countries. So it might be Caribbean countries, it might be North America or the UK or wherever. These people have left and still receiving their salary. And you're telling me you don't know? You all don't know because you all are incompetent. You all put two incompetent people back to back to run the Ministry of Youth. Not to run. Throw an eye inside there. To ruin the Ministry of Youth. Back to back, they put two incompetent people. So what they expect? What they expect? They don't know what the trainees are, and the people who are supposed to be supervising the trainees, they don't know what they are. But when came time to fire Pastor Lewis, all was able to find him. When came time to fire the young man from St. John and one or two others, all you knew where to find them. But all you can't find supervisors. All you stay in the ministerial complex and fire Pastor Lewis when he quite home. And all you can't find supervisors. Well, best all you leave Pastor Lewis because he was doing an excellent job. Best all you leave him to continue doing the job. What nonsense is people talking about it? I'm aware. Something definitely had to be wrong there. So you're telling me that there are ghost trainees under the program? That is what we have now. We have ghosts. We have people who you don't know who they are or where they are. Nah, man. No. Something definitely has to be wrong. Folks, 440-7377, that's the number for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. 440, I'm just making sure I put this in place here. Yeah, 440-7377, that's the number for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. Yeah, that's the number for you to call and get side. Oh, let me just open out here and let me just, I had this thing behind there. Let me make sure the thing in the front. Nice. Yeah, just want to make sure that I clear up. Nice, so you can call 440-7377. Yeah, that's the number for you to call and get onto the inside. But don't worry, the economy nice. Things nice, the economy nice. The economy so nice that the government could afford to pay ghost trainees and ghost supervisors under the Imani program. Yeah. They had two ministers. Imagine that's one of the only ministries. You had two ministers back to back. Yeah. We have a call online. Hello, good night.
Yeah, Sheldon Scott, Pastor Louis here.
Hey, Pastor, I'm to find you.
Yeah, man. Sheldon Scott, that minister that sit down there, and I'm saying it with an anger, that minister is a liar. And that man is not living in Grenada. And I want all the Imani supervisors to make sure that they listen to the statement that line minister make. And I want you, that minister, to apologize to the Imani supervisors for the statement that you made, that you do not know where the Imani supervisors is. The reason why you don't know where they is because you're not living in Grenada. And if after 2 years you do not know where the Imani supervisors is, you must ask a question. And I have news for you, you know. The Imani supervisors go to the different schools, go to the Grenville police station, go to the fish market, go to the hospital, go to the general hospital, and ask that institution if the Imani supervisors does come there. You understand what I'm saying? You two lie. And let me tell you something. They are Imanis that was pulling $1,300 a month. And it's not all the Imanis that were working for $700 a month. I work with the Imani program from since 2013 to last year when Alva Brown, the permanent secretary at that time, stay in the ministerial complex and fire me. And let me tell you something. All you promised to make them prominent Are you promised to regularize them? What the hell are you calling them down in the youth center to make them register for? Shame on all you. And you that minister there, let me tell you something. You two lie. Arrest my case, Sheldon.
Thank you very much, Pastor. What call out Pastor for? 440-7377. They could have find Pastor easy. Now they can't find supervisors. But I said that was the last clip. Now go play a couple clip again, man. Yeah, go play a couple clip again.
Employment. An NDC government will put an end to contract workers in the public service as soon as it takes office. There is no need for a parallel public service in Grenada. All workers will be given permanent status. This will allow these workers to enjoy the same benefits that a current public servant now enjoy. We will also ensure that all workers benefit from pension and gratuity once and for all.
Yeah, let me play it again, because some of them does want to say they didn't say, and some does admit they say and then say, taking it in the wrong context.
Employment. An NDC government will put an end to contract workers in the public service as soon as it takes office.
Right, so we're not supposed to have any contract workers in the public service because we know there's 735. We're not supposed to, right? Nice.
There is no need for a parallel public service in Grenada.
Right, so there's no need for contracted workers, parallel public service. Right, get rid of that. Nice, right.
All workers will be given permanent status. This will allow these workers to enjoy the same benefits that a current public servant now enjoy. We will also ensure that all workers benefit from pension and gratuity once and for all.
Yes, indeed. They will ensure that all workers benefit from pension and gratuity. Ain't it? Yeah, they say I stop playing. Nah, I have to play one or two more, man. I can't let them get away with that. No, because I keep telling you all, part of the message is for us here in Grenada, you know. But a big part of that message is for the diaspora. And unless you explain what these people and them lying and say, unless you explain to people and you come out and you show where they are lying, there are people out there in the diaspora that buying it. There are some of them that listen to him on that GBN program and come out to the impression that the rest of us lying, that everything is okay with the Grenadian economy, that nothing is wrong. That is what some of them come out there believing, because they go in and tell others that. That is what they're doing. Yeah? Let's hear what he had to say in relation to that statement. Let me see if I could find the one where he spoke about that. No, yeah, let me see. Nah, I need this a little bigger, man. Yeah, the eyes not like they used to be. All right? Let me hear what he had to say in relation to that. Because he's the one that say as soon as they take office. All right, so let me hear what he had to say in relation to that now.
We're getting up to 50 minutes before the top of the hour, but I want you, as you mentioned it a while ago, some questions come to mind as relate to contract work. Mm-hmm. Tell me, Minister, you've been on regular slating by the NDC government will end contract work as soon as they come into office. Mm-hmm. I know you remember that famous statement. Yes. That famous statement. Recently, we heard the Prime Minister, of course, on some 350, should I say 2,500 or so people are still under contract by the government. What is the hold up in regards to removal of contract work, especially, since the PM is also on record of calling it illegal? Tell us about that.
Well, let me try and address this matter. When the Prime Minister made those statements back then, he was not incorrect, and he still is not incorrect.
Yes. Reason
being, you had somebody who is basically occupying an established public servant position, and every 6 months that person would receive a renewed contract. Yeah. It didn't give them the authority or the will to basically be able to enter a financial institution and get a car purchase or a land purchase or whatever, because they didn't have the tenure to have it done.
Yes.
Now, while we still have those numbers of persons on contract, and I have said before that there is no need for dual public service in Grenada and so on. And when I said that, I knew exactly what I was saying, because as I said earlier, the government back then went ahead and established contract workers and so on to basically deal with the issue of the growth in the public service to basically counteract whatever they were being told by the IMF that they need to basically control the public service. At the same time, the government was holding that position because they wanted to make sure that in the event that the established public work servants go on a strike, that they had ample persons to basically run the country. It was like a break-in strike kind of mechanism that the government was using. And we were saying that there is no need for that. You cannot be working alongside an established public worker, same qualified, doing the same job. One is getting a pension, one is not getting a pension. That is definitely keeping the same people that you're talking about, you're concerned about, poor and vulnerable, because when you finish your work life, you have no benefit. No money is to go home with and son. So we needed to basically put an end to that. And this is what I'm saying. I still hold the statement I made back on the campaign trail. There is no need for a dual public service and so on. We need to ensure that we understand that in the context. And
folks, the question was simply, how soon can we see regularization? That was the question, you know. He had to go on NNP. Listen, the people were working, the people were receiving a salary, and this kind of lie. And let's just kill this one time too. This lie they keep putting that people on contract and can't get loans and is not true. Yeah? I myself was on contract before and was able to get loans. I know many people I was on contract and able to get loans, and so your repayment period may be different to a person who is within the permanent service, but you will get a loan. Your repayment period may be shorter. They may want to try and keep it within the period that your contract extends to. That's the kind of thing that the financial institutions do. But this impression they're giving that nobody with a contract could go and get, that is untrue. How some of them drive in vehicle, how some of them was able to build their house and so on, and get loans to send the children to school and do different things. How they were able to do it? Because they had a job. But this thing where they're talking about, oh, they was on contract, so these people were unable to do this and they were unable to do that and different things like that. And nobody is saying no, that you should not be regularizing people. Remember, the new National Party government had this situation where out of every 10 people that retire out of the service, you're going to take X amount back. I can't remember the exact figure. I don't want to go and quote the wrong figure, but you take X amount back. You know what that was doing? That was reducing the size of the public service to a manageable size. So if you have to apply the 1958 pension to the entire public service, you would not be speaking of the extra large public service, but a slim, trim, professional public service at a specific size. That is why out of every 10, you will say you're replacing whether it was 4 or whether it was 3 or whether it was 7, that you're only replacing some of the people into various positions and so on. You had positions that you could abolish, positions that you could leave, but you were reducing the entire size, so you have less people to pay. When it comes to the issue of the pension and so on, going down the road, it would have been more manageable. But these people come and say, no, make everybody permanent. That is what they said. So he was asked the question now, in relation to the regularization, they made a promise on the campaign trail. You heard the promise, I don't have to play it again, we don't have time. So you heard the promise that they made. Regularization, we're going to regularize all these people. And all of a sudden, that story has changed. All of a sudden, they don't have enough money. Yeah, let me see if I could get that one. Yeah, all of a sudden, they don't have enough money, you know. Yeah, all of a sudden, what they were promising on the campaign trail has suddenly become impossible. All of a sudden, these people do have the money, ain't it? Yeah?
If we are to basically say, well, you know, bring everybody on the establishment of government payroll, that is something that we know for a fact is not sustainable.
Yes.
But wait, that's not the same man who was just telling us they're taking everybody off of the contract? No, he just said what?
If we are to basically say, well, you know, bring everybody on the establishment of government payroll, that is something that we know for a fact is not sustainable.
Yes.
Other persons may refer to that we have the NIS pensions where everybody contribute to that, and at the end of the day you get a pension.
But you're the ones that said that you're going to do it. You are the ones that said you're going to make. We heard him. And all you see him in the NDC rally? All you see him in the NDC rally. Yeah? All you heard him saying that they're going to, as soon as they come back, they come into office, that they are going to make all contract work. They're going to abolish. Oh man, let me hear them again. Let me hear him one more time on this piece.
If we are to basically say, well, bring everybody on the establishment of government payroll, that is something that we know for a fact is not sustainable.
Yeah.
Also, they know that for a fact now. Let me hear. You know it for a fact. Let me just make sure.
Basically say, well, bring everybody on the establishment of government payroll. That is something that we know for a fact is not sustainable.
Yeah.
All right, so you know for a fact it's not sustainable, but they was telling you on the campaign trail, vote for us, we go make all your permanent. Now when he's sitting in the seat of Minister of Finance, in the cabinet of Grenada, in one of the most powerful positions in the government of Grenada, the story has changed that we know for a fact that we can't make all your permanent. Public workers, all you taking that just so? All you like that? Ain't it? So all you going to take that just so? This is the same individual that was standing up on the watch. Let me get the Imani tune. Watch. Yeah. Let me get the Imani tune. Let me get the Imani tune, man. We must have a tune somewhere. Yeah. Let me pull up the man tune.
According to Bling, I go and deal with the rum this year, boy. I ain't playing. Tell me why I'm in trouble. Right?
Yeah, man, they knew. They know for a fact. That is what they said. He said they know for a fact that they can't do it. But what they tell you on the campaign trail? The people who went out and put the X next to their symbol, what did they tell you on the campaign trail? People wouldn't like me, because saying it as it is. What did they tell you on the campaign trail? We played for you, That is not AI that was talking there, That was he. I can't find an AI program that go recreate somebody that looks so. It ain't none. They're refusing to do it. Yeah? So is he that day? Is he that day? So they lied to you all and told you all, we are going to make all of you permanent. That was what they said to you all. We are going to make all of you permanent. They said to the Imani trainees that within 12 months of coming into office, that they're going to take them off of the Imani program, that NNP wicked them on the Imani program, and they're going to take them off of the program. All of a sudden, all of that changed. Now, you know for a fact. All of a sudden, it has gotten to the stage that they know for a fact. Papa. No. In fact, let the last one for tonight. No, we ain't playing he. Let me play the last one for tonight. Let me hear what the Public Workers Union had to say about regularization. The same regularization that he say if they do it, they know that for a fact that they can't do it. They know for a fact they can't do it. What the Public Workers Union had to say about that?
Now, again, I just want to iterate for the viewers and listeners. The regularization process, right? The whole project of the regularization has been, I want to be careful in how I speak. It has been a failure. That is what it is. It has been a failure.
Mr. Grimes, what said the regularization part, the part that your constituents vote for, I don't know if you vote for it, but your constituents voted for that the regularization has been a failure? Let me hear you again, Mr. Grimes.
That is what it is. It has been a failure. And don't just take the words of Brian Grimes. Go on the ground. Interview the public officers, right? Even go to the Department of Public Administration. Let them speak to you. Has their projections been accurate in terms of the process and the speed of regularization? No, it has not.
Right, so yeah, you heard from the president of the Public Workers Union in relation to regularization. Yeah? Let me hear let me hear a little more on regularization day, yeah. Because the minister said they know for a fact they can't do it, He knows for a fact. Not they think, not maybe. He knows for a fact that they cannot do it. The people that came to you and tell you to go do it, saying they know for a fact that they can't do it. But let me hear a little more there.
Sure. If you listen carefully to Mayday, there was no union that said, look, we are satisfied with the pace of regularization, nor was there an embrace of the idea of pension reform, where the new generation of public officers would have to pay into a pension scheme. So while I'm not saying that is totally a bad idea, I'm not saying that. The way the administration is going about it, the aggressive nature, setting timelines, no consultation, it is not very palatable to our organization. And I did.
Mr. Grimes, why you said no consultation? That's why you said no, the minister said the consulting?
Yeah, I'm not saying that. The way the administration is going about it, the aggressive nature, setting timelines, no consultation, it is not very palatable to our organization, and I dare say the Grenada Trade Union Council or the movement in general.
Also, the other trade unions are upset with the pace of regularization because I think the GMMIWU or the GMMI, whatever the name is, Gary Union, they have workers within the public service, the Public Workers Union, the Grenada Union of Teachers, all of these unions. TAU have a few, just a few, but they have them still. So none of them are pleased with the implementation rate when it comes to that is not the kind of thing we are hearing from Mr. Cornwall. But anyhow, he lie. My goodness, folks, we're coming pretty close to the end of tonight's program, so I wouldn't be able to take another call now because we're coming close to the end of tonight's program. And I just quickly want to remind you all of some of the events that we have coming up before the night is over. I just want to remind you all of some of the events that we have coming up. So, folks, remember the St. David constituency branch. Let me just make this large here so you all can see what I'm speaking about. Right, and where is it? Yeah, right. Nice over here and that here. Nice. Yeah, so the NNP St. David constituency branch, they're having the all-day fete, breakfast and lunch on sale. And a solid bar that's taking place at the office grounds this Saturday, Fisherman's birthday. And, the Feast of St. John. Yeah, that's taking place this Saturday at the office grounds. And breakfast only $15, lunch $20. And it's starting at 6 a.m. until, so there are fish, there are chicken, there are pork, there are all kind of thing. Go on out and lend your support, right? Also, folks, I ain't ready for the bingo yet. Let me pull our next one there still. Yeah, we ain't ready for the bingo yet. We go play the bingo one last. Nice? Right. So let me just move that one out of the way. Nice. So, folks, also remember this weekend as well, this Saturday as well, the town of St. George, yes, at the Resource Center, they've got that breakfast sale taking place at the Resource Center in collaboration, the Honorable Peter David in collaboration with the Resource Center. They've got that breakfast sale starting at 6 a.m. Right, so if you're on the East Coast, you could get it from the St. David office. And if you are in town and so on, and you're passing River Road, you could stop off and you could get it there. And they have everything Grenadian for breakfast, right? So you have cocoa tea, local juice, saltfish cake, boiled egg, sausage, fried breadfruit, fried plantain, fried bake, saltfish sauce, tossed salad, tanya log, you name it, they have it, right? They have tickets on sale, though. You can get a ticket for $20 if you want to pass in at the River Road office there or contact one of the staff. You can get a ticket there for just $20. Tanya log is separate. That you could get a small one for $5, big one for $10. So that is taking place there at the St. David office. Also remember the town hall meeting. Folks, especially those of you up there in the diaspora who will be there, remember that town hall meeting is taking place. It is coming up on the 14th at the American Legion Hall, 1130 East 92nd Street in Brooklyn, New York, 11236, starting at 5 p.m. on Sunday, the 14th of July. All right. Also, the Exquisite Affair the night before the town hall meeting, and that'll be taking place at 9302 Ditmas Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11236. And you can get your tickets from any of the members of the New National Party New York support group. Yes, some wonderful, wonderful people. And the massive anniversary bingo, that's also coming up on the 14th of July looking forward to that one as well. Yes, indeed, folks. That's about all the time we have for Talking Points tonight. The phone going crazy. That's about all the time we have for Talking Points tonight. It's been wonderful being here with you. In everything you say and do it safe and secure. We want to be speaking to and with you, and definitely not about you. Love each and every one of you unconditionally. Yeah, and I think I think we ending with this. Yeah, we ending with the team song tonight. The team song changed tonight. Yeah, we had to end with that song because from what our minister talked, there could only be one thing that we blaming for that. Yeah. My name is Sheldon Scott. I'm out of here. Do enjoy the rest of your night. We are on tomorrow night with the Friday Night Forum. Yes, we are on with the Friday Night Forum tomorrow night, God's willing.
Tell me why I'm in trouble.
Grenada. Get ready as the new National Party invites all to its 40th anniversary fundraising bingo event. Sunday, July 14th from 5 p.m. at Victoria Park, Grenville. Over $100,000 in cash and prizes to be won. Imagine you can win a Suzuki Ignis hybrid car, $50,000 in cash, plus other fantastic prizes. Tickets are $60 for one or $100 for two. Free buses will be available island-wide. Don't miss it, or you might just see your neighbor driving a Suzuki Ignis. Sunday, July 14th, we're heading to Victoria Park in Grenville for the new National Party 40th Anniversary Fundraising Bingo.
We drinking pure rum, we firing 1, 2, 3. Rum, boy, where you did? Rum, boy, where you did? Black Scotty go kill them boy, Repazi go kill them boy, Jack Iron go kill them boy. We drinking rum till we die. Rum, boy, where you did? Rum, boy, where you did? Babash go kill them, Monkey go kill them, Sunset go kill them, Appleton go kill them. Wifey say she plan to live. I don't get her, I don't give. So long rum giving, she on brandy waiting on. She on wife and child could go. I drinking it more, putting on a show. Whiskey in your soul and so. Rum, boy, where you did? Rum, boy, where you did? Jack Iron go kill them boy, Repazi go kill them boy, Black Scotty go kill them boy. We drinking rum till we die. Rum, boy, where you did? Rum, boy, where you did? Babash go kill them, Monkey go kill them, Sunset go kill them, Appleton go kill them. I'm going by Bronco shop to drink rum, by Talbot shop to drink rum, by Michael shop to drink rum, by Debo shop to drink rum. I'm going by Rapid shop to drink, I'm going by Marco shop to drink, I'm going by Small Win shop to drink. Lady Cindy, bring it out, bring it come. Rum, boy, where you did? Rum, boy, where you did? Back 19 go kill them boy, Cavalier go kill them boy, I Whiny go kill them boy.